The book that changed everything. Once there was a 27-year-old man living in a fast-moving, career-oriented city. A city where everyone seemed to be running, chasing success, titles, and deadlines. His life followed the same routine every day. Home to office. Office back to home. Nothing changed. Slowly, the routine began to drain him. He felt tired, not physically, but mentally. Frustrated, stuck. Every night, he lay on his bed, scrolling through his phone, news, videos, social media, and other people's success stories. The more he scrolled, the smaller he felt. A thought kept repeating in his mind. Everyone knows something I don't. Everyone is doing well in life. Everyone looks happy and successful. And here I am, stuck. One evening, after yet another disappointing day, he missed his bus while returning home. The next bus was after 1 hour. He stood alone at the bus stand. His phone battery was low, so scrolling was no longer an option. With nothing else to do, he simply looked around something he hadn't done in a long time. That's when he noticed a tiny room at the corner of the bus stand. A broken board hung above it, barely readable. Public library, free reading. Out of boredom, not curiosity, he walked in. The room smelled of dust and old paper. Wooden shelves leaned slightly under the weight of time. A few people sat quietly, deeply absorbed in their books. He felt awkward, like he didn't belong there. Still, he picked up the nearest book without any real intention. The title caught his attention. "You are not late." That sentence stayed with him. He sat down and opened the first page. The book spoke about failure, about confusion, about self-doubt. It spoke about people who felt lost in their 20s and 30s. The man froze. It felt as if the author was speaking directly to him. For the first time in months, his mind became quiet. He wasn't thinking about his phone. He wasn't comparing his life to anyone else. He was simply listening. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. The announcement of his bus startled him. He looked at the clock in disbelief. Time had slowed down. That night, he couldn't stop thinking about the book. Not because it gave him answers, but because it asked questions he had been avoiding for years. The next day, he returned to the library. And the day after that, soon, reading became part of his evening routine. Slowly, changes began small but powerful. He started understanding his emotions better. He stopped reacting instantly to problems. He began thinking before speaking. Books didn't motivate him with loud words. They guided him quietly. One book taught him patience. Another taught him discipline. Another taught him empathy. Then he noticed something strange. He wasn't just reading books. Books were reading him. They showed him his fears. They showed him his strengths. One evening, while reading in a cafe, a stranger asked him, "Why do you read so much?" He smiled and replied, "Because books help me think clearly in a noisy world." Months later, he received a promotion at work. Not because he worked longer hours, but because he listened better, spoke more clearly, handled pressure calmly. His manager once said, "You've changed. You seem wiser." He knew the truth. Books had quietly built a new version of him, not overnight, not magically, but page by page. One day, he met his younger brother, who was frustrated with life. "I feel stuck," his brother said. "I don't know what to do." The man didn't give advice. He gave him a book. His brother looked confused. "A book? That's it?" He nodded and said, "Just read 10 pages a day. Let the book talk to you." Weeks later, his brother called him. "Bhai," he said softly, "I think I finally understand myself." And that's when the man realized, books don't change your situation first. They change your thinking. And when thinking changes, life follows. Today, he still uses his phone. He still scrolls sometimes. But every day, he reads at least 10 pages because he knows the world outside will always be noisy. But books teach you how to hear your own voice.
Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye.